And as I mentioned, Juan Carlos will start with some opening remarks.
Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you for being here. As we prepare for our upcoming match against the North Carolina Courage this Saturday, I wanted to take a moment to address an important matter that is on everyone's mind. While our focus remains on the match ahead, our thoughts are also with Mitch Purse. She has been an integral part of our team's success, both on and off the field, and we feel deeply for her to have experienced this season-ending injury. Her upcoming ACL surgery marks the beginning of her journey towards recovery. Mitch's resilience and determination are unparalleled, and I have no doubt that she will return stronger than ever. Mitch is more than an excellent player. She's a remarkable individual whose presence will be hugely missed on the pitch. We are committed to supporting her in every way possible throughout her recovery process. I want to stress that our top priority has and continues to be the health and safety of our players. This team has prevailed when faced with adversity in the past, and I have no doubt that we will rally together with resilience coming out of this. With all being said, we are looking forward from here with our team's focus on Saturday's game. Okay, so I just wanted to you guys to see how we feel, and now we can talk a little bit about the game ahead, or the fantastic performance that the both team together, no, against Portland, to get us those fantastic 3 points. No?
Media members, if you have a question, please click the raise hand icon. We'll try to get to you in the order that your hands are up. With that said, we will start with one opening question. And again, if we could focus everything on the match ahead, I'm happy to provide that opening statement as well. Looking ahead, you have a match 3 points on the road last week, going into North Carolina, where there was that tremendous win that really kicked into the playoffs. How are you approaching that match?
Well, as always do, no, like for us it's incredibly important. It's a game that winning 3 points, it will be an incredible reward for the work that these players are putting behind the scenes, and when everyone is watching. I think when you look at the calendar and how we started the league, and we were asked obviously to play away 2 games in a row after obviously have 1 game less than the rest of the teams, and those games to be basically a replay of our final playoff games last year, both of them away from home. It was a difficult challenge. I think we went to Portland, we battled, we go 3 points, and that's the same mentality that we're taking this week, no, making sure that we are ready, that we can go to play against a very, very good side, like we know North Carolina is, with a fantastic coach like Sean, and fantastic individuals. So we're really looking forward to go there, and hopefully, going to the international break with 3 points, no. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
All right, we'll start with questions. Jenna Tonelli, followed by Pardeep, followed by Meg Linehan. If you could start with just one question, we'll cycle back through. Jenna.
Thank you so much, and thanks, Juan, for taking the time. I do have to ask, obviously, with Midge being out, she's such a key piece of this team, so versatile, able to attack, defend. Where do you see the team stepping up to kind of fill that position? Of course, we saw Yasmin Ryan come in, and she was obviously phenomenal. But kind of what are you thinking, and for your preparations for this weekend, how are you kind of addressing now the loss of Midge in her position?
Well, I think the same that we've addressed the loss of any player throughout this period. No, we always prepare the whole squad. The 2020 at the moment is around 20 players that they need to be ready to step in, and Mitch was the one probably performing the best. That's why she got that spot the last couple of games. But now we've had obviously Jasmine, we have Crystal, we have Katie, we have Ella, we have Kelly, who has played there before, Bruna. It's like the way we work, it prepares us to this kind of situation when maybe a player is out and somebody else needs to step in. So obviously we saw it last week, no? Jasmine basically won the game with that action from the right wing. So she's done really well, but the same as her teammates. I think that this team, what we have is that resilience and overcoming when situations like this happen. And we're ready for it, no? So really, really looking forward. Tomorrow we have one more session, and we will make a final decision, no?
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Jenna.
All right, next we'll go to Party Catcher from CBS Sports.
Hi, Jenna actually had a very similar question that I did, but I guess just piggybacking off of that, what sort of, I guess, what does Midge bring to the pitch, like just from an on-field personality that you think the team will be missing and have to make up for while she's, out of the lineup for a while?
Well, I think Mitch is special, but so is the rest of the teammates that I just mentioned. They all very special individuals that have like different skill sets. No, we got players that are very good technically, like Ella. We got players that are very good finishers, like Katie. We got warriors that are winners that can be offensive and defensively fantastic, like Kelly. We got Jasmine that in a lot of the aspects are very similar. Crystal, who is a very intelligent player that can define moments from that position as well. I think it is we have a clear path and a clear style, and then the players have that freedom to express themselves and highlight their individual abilities. No, so I think it is very important that we understand what we want tactically, but then it's the players' responsibility, to shine on the pitch, and we definitely have those players in those positions, the same that the rest around the pitch when there has been other players that have not been available now or in the past. And that's our job, to prepare every single individual to be ready to step in to help the team. And we could see it last week, how we have a new partnership at the back and the team performed really well. We had now Jenna coming into the team. She was fully ready. Emily Sonnet stepping into maybe a less natural position, a bit more of a number 8, so I think it is credit to the work that goes here behind the scenes and the effort that these players are putting, in days like today here, raining, cold, and they are pushing and getting prepared. So I think we have enough individuals with enough special abilities on their own to just play.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Patty.
All right, our next question is to Melanie and Phoebe. Melanie?
Hi, Coach. You've been very vocal for several weeks now, sort of about player safety and your concerns with like the Gold Cup in the middle of preseason and having players, have to report for national duty and then come back to club. And I'm just curious now, given such a severe injury on your team, how are you approaching this? Are you doing things differently? What is your reaction to that and making sure that player safety continues to be a priority to prevent another injury like this from happening potentially? Are you approaching things differently moving forward with the season?
No, we always approach the things internally to maximize the health and safety of our players, and that's the way we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue doing things. We have a fantastic high performance team, medical team. We try to individualize as much as we can the loading, individual activations, individual gym programs. We have all sorts of tools there to protect our players, and that's what we're gonna carry on doing. No?
Thanks, Juan Carlos. Our next question goes to Meg Linehan, also of The Athletic. For our media members on the line, if you have a question, please raise your hand. If you've asked your first question, please feel free to raise your hand. Meg.
It's just, I think one of the themes that you're really coming with today is, both a versatility, but also a depth to this roster. And I was on with Sean Nahas on the North Carolina Courage availability earlier this week, kind of talking about some of these same issues that I feel like every single team in the league is facing right now, whether that's schedule congestion or, the fact that the NWSL also announced the new summer tournament that will take place during the Olympics and having to balance the depth of some of these rosters, right? As players are at the Olympics. And one of the things that he really thought might be helpful is, what the NWSL could maybe do with a more expanded roster and not just have replacement players. So I was wondering that if you could speak to that a little bit in terms of, not just in a regular season situation where you have a key player like Midge go down and how that might affect, a game against North Carolina next week, but in terms of surviving the rhythms of what we know to be a fairly grueling regular season with all of the other stuff around it.
Well, I think we are in a continuous evolution in the women's game. And I think we are still in that process to get to the right place. Like obviously we also find out not long ago that we're playing in this Champions League or Champions Cup in the CONCACAF. I think it's a question of between all government bodies to come to an agreement on what's the best for the performance and the health and safety of the players, the timings of the competitions, and and just come to a point where everyone is happy with, on the football side, on the business side, on the bigger structures like FIFA, CONCACAF, to make sure that we are all aligned and that we are looking for the best spectacle possible while we protect the players. No, I think that's really the path, and sometimes maybe everyone is not aligned, and we need to find a way to do that. No?
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That work.
Our next two will go to Steph Young, also of The Athletic, and Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Steph.
Thanks, Krista. Coach, specific to the game in front of you, the Courage do seem like they really picked up right where they left off last season, and, being a team that's willing to be patient, building up on the ball. I'm just wondering what you see from Gotham that could help you guys be very disruptive or very, productive for Gotham against a team like this.
Yeah, I think we just need to be the better team. North Carolina is a team that demands the best from every single of the opposition individuals, and that's what we need to be. We need to be very organized in terms of our defensive duties and being who we are, trying to be aggressive without the ball, to be offensive, and be organized, but at the same time to be ourselves on the ball. I think with North Carolina, it's a very special team because maybe they bring you a different challenge to everyone else in the league, and that's what I really enjoy. But it's about being ourselves. We can be ourselves against any team, but obviously what the other team does affects you. If a team plays you a lot more direct, then you need to defend one way. If a team tries to play a lot more from the back, you need to defend in another way. Like it's important that we are prepared for it. And then on the ball, we just need to make sure that we are who we want to be, that we are a team that plays with freedom, that we use or as Jesus call it, the organized chaos, where we try to confuse the opposition with our movements, and at the same time that we are detailed on that final third. That is what wins you games. No, luckily last week I think the defensive performance was outstanding. The goals that were disallowed because of the offsides, things that we work on, the movements, how we did the overbox defending, how we limited those situations against a very good side. Portland is, especially having every player they have like one of the best teams in the league, and now we're going to play probably against another of the best teams in this league. But we know this league is relentless, so we really need to bring the best versions of ourselves in Riley on Saturday. No?
Thank you, Coach.
All right, next up,
You're welcome.
Jonathan Tannenwald, followed by Jeff Reuter.
Thanks, Krista. Hi, Juan Carlos.
Hello,
I
Jonathan.
wanted to make sure I heard you right a moment ago. As far as you know, you are going to be in the CONCACAF tournament?
Well, we don't know yet, but maybe.
Okay. And I don't think I've heard you mention this yet today. Do you have a sense of when the Midge's ACL injury happened? I realize it's a little bit forensic after the fact.
Sorry, Jonathan, but we're not gonna answer questions again about Mitch. I don't know if you maybe hear the open statement. We did an open
No,
statement.
I didn't. That's why I would ask some people if it had been mentioned, but that's why.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, and then our last question will go to Jeff Reuter. Jeff?
Hey, Coach. Jeff Reuter with The Athletic. Thanks again for taking the time. Just generally, there's been a lot of fascination in the offseason about how this roster will come together with so many crucial players who were added. And last year, of course, you were able to time the progression of the team's tactical and locker room chemistry correctly to have the best postseason possible. But how do you balance those two of trying to get everyone on the same page as soon as possible while making sure that you are kind of onboarding and making sure that you save your best soccer for the end of the season?
Well, we don't really want to save our best soccer for the end of the season. No, we want to play our best soccer against North Carolina on Saturday. That's our target every week we work. But obviously, the more time the team spends together, the more chemistry, as you said, happens there. I think when we brought people as well into the team, like for us, is like every single individual on the roster for us is the same. We do the same effort to help every single one of them, and I think that's the key to our success, because obviously seen from the outside, certain players have a name or they play international or they have a history, but here internally everyone competes to be ready to play, and to be ready to be the best version of themselves. And I think that is the key for that individual development. I think humans in general, when you are not pushed, when you are not challenged, you don't get better. So I think that's what we try to do. That's what we try to do here every day. We try to be really detailed in what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're trying to help from the individual to the team, and that's how we operate. And obviously, hopefully, we can get the same outcome on November 23rd. I think it's this year, and be champions. But for us, it's about the next game. We're preparing to this North Carolina game. For us, it's a massive game before the international window. Going into this break with 6 points and 2 out of 2 wins, especially in these two away difficult places to go, it will be a fantastic start of the year, and that's what we're aiming for. Now, this week of work is completely focused on that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll finish it out with Jenna Tonelli. Jenna.
Thank you. I was also wondering if we might see this weekend available for selection Maitane, Lynn, or Rose, just how they're doing. If it's possible, we could see them.
Yeah, maybe some of those names I need to wait, because we're obviously working here behind the scenes, Jenna, very, very hard to make sure that we give these players the best treatment possible. The same that at the moment we're still missing McCall and Abby and Kristen, and we are helping them all, and hopefully we see some of those names traveling at least to North Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Jenna. Thank you very much.
And thank you all media members. If you need a recording, Bradley Standrift is your contact. She'll also be with the team this weekend. Thank you all for your coverage and your time today.
Thank you, guys.